Touchdown FSU!
It's over. Boston College wins all the way!
It's a touchdown for Miami!
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Torry, Holt. Johnson's there. Touchdown!
And there's Orange in the end zone!
One of the biggest plays in Duke history.
A moment of magic!
I'm Jeff Fischel. For this week's ACC Throwback game, we dive into the Miami and Florida State rivalry. They play in Tallahassee this Saturday. They also met in Miami's very first conference game, September 10th, 2004. It was actually supposed to be on Monday, September 6th, but it was pushed back to Friday the 10th because of a hurricane, a real hurricane, Hurricane Francis. It reached maximum wind speeds of 145 miles per hour, which is a Category 4 if you're into that sort of thing. Okay, back to football. So it was Miami's first ACC game. Not only would it take a few extra days to play, it then went into overtime. So here you go, one of the great rivalries in college football, Miami and Florida State, September 10th, 2004, here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
Ever since the Orange Bowl, I've thought one word every day up until this day, and that's Miami.
Chris Ricks has been punished by Miami throughout his career. Now a senior, this is his last chance for a victory against the Canes. But with a roster full of superstars, Miami has dominated the series recently. And while this game often comes down to wide left or wide right, it has been the Hurricanes who have come out on top in each of the last 5 games. But that has only made the Noles hungry for revenge. It's a grudge match on South Beach next on ABC Sports. A young man who has been troubled Tallahassee on and off the field, but everybody to a man, including his teammates, say he is now showing the maturity of a senior leader. First 4-year starting quarterback ever in the Bowden era. Sets the screen pass. Booker trying to come back. Got Ricks on the other side, throwing a beautiful block. And Booker is out of bounds inside the 35. But wait till Gary Danielson shows you the effort by the quarterback on the comeback block.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one thing they talk about Chris Ricks. It isn't because of lack of intensity. He's made mistakes. It's going to be a screen pass to the right side over here. Smelled out very well by Miami. Booker makes a spin move and comes back to the quarterback. You know, really, you have no choice. You got to throw the block. He gets it on the defensive lineman. Thomas right there gets up wincing, but everyone in the huddle remembers that play.
Now 3rd and 3, and Ricks drops back into the shotgun. Under pressure, throws it complete to Chris Davis, the sophomore from St. Petersburg, Florida. And he is short of that 25-yard line, but that we'll see where they spot the ball. It is close, and it is a first down, Seminoles.
Jeff Bowden has said that he tweaked the offense about 20% for Florida State. And what he tried to do, he feels he's got running backs that can catch the ball. You see it right on our right side, right there. There's Jeff. In short passes, he felt he went vertical too much against Miami in the pass. The short passes is what he wants to do, and so far, he's excellent. Ricks is 3 for 3.
First down and 10 inside the 30-yard line. Booker tripped up in the backfield. The pocket holds, and Ricks rolls out of it. Looking downfield. Can't find anybody open. Now under pressure, will throw it for Washington, who couldn't make the grab in the end zone as Ricks goes for the whole ball of wax that time.
But it was safely a whole ball of wax that time. You will see little pattern over to the right side of the formation. No one open, coming all the way around the field from the backfield. I think Ricks is just throwing this ball away to a safe spot, and all of a sudden, right into the picture comes Leon Washington to almost make a great play.
Here comes the 45-yarder and a brand new long snapper for Florida State. The first time for Hodish in combat. A touch high. Etienne gets under it, and he's made it. Saviad Beitia, the senior from Tampa, whose father was an outstanding highlight player, puts the Noles up by 3. Brings him down in motion, just inside the hash mark. Throws the screen to Gore, who could not get a tackle. Now under pressure, will throw it for Washington, who couldn't make the grab. And he is met battles his way back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down at about 10 yards. And Piquillon, the linebacker from right down here in Miami. So many of these football players were recruited by both of these schools, not to mention the Florida Gators up in Gainesville. So many of them played as teammates and against each other in high school. And this time of year, of course, it's wall-to-wall football down in the state of Florida. And of course, on Friday night, even Larry Coker alluded to it. He hated to interrupt the high school schedule, but this was an open date. Television was available, so they moved after the game was postponed to play on a Friday. But ordinarily, coaches from both these staffs are out scouting and recruiting the high school football talent in this state, and there's an abundance of it. As Berlin flicks it to Darnell Jenkins. It'll now be third down. Leroy Smith, the defender. He's the senior from Quincy, Florida.
See, that's all you really have to do if you're a corner in that type of a pass. You just have to make sure you don't whiff on the tackle, because you've got speed from the linebacker coming out to help you, whether it's Davis, the middle linebacker, or the safeties. If you just don't whiff out there, you'll get help real quick. The Florida State corners are squatting. Miami needs to go deep on them. Even an incomplete pass will open up this game a bit.
Brock Berlin facing that third down, trying to run for it. Fumble picked up on the run by Florida State. This is going to be a touchdown. They will not stop him. Cromartie, the sophomore from Tallahassee, picks up the fumble by Roscoe Parrish and goes the distance for the first touchdown, 59 yards.
A direct snap to Roscoe Parrish, a bit of a gimmick play. Pretty effective, got 7, 8, or 9 plays, but it's ripped loose that time. Pops into the air, picked up, and gone all the way.
Rick's in trouble. Fumble.
Oh, yeah.
Miami jumps on it. Chris Ricks has turned it over. And again, Miami has field position with still 5 minutes remaining. I think Ricks might be saying that he was down. We'll take a look at this.
There is a conference going on about it. Baraka Atkins, number 98, is the guy that comes around, wraps up Ricks. Little help on the inside that time. The ball comes out clearly.
And Carroll, I believe, recovers this fumble.
Yeah, I think that ball's out. That's a good call. That's an easy call.
Straight basic eye. Play action. Berlin steps away, fires complete, and he puts it in the hands of Olsen. There's the transfer from Notre Dame. Greg Olsen, a very good-looking athlete. When you watch Miami's practice, don't the Irish wish they had him lining up against Michigan?
Brent, watch Eric Winston right here. Everyone gets beat occasionally, but watch his quickness as he recovers and swipes him off Brock Berlin. That's the type of quickness at offensive tackle. Some guys can't move and make that play. That's why Eric Winston is going to be making $4 or $5 million a year in a couple of years.
Miami inside the Knowles 30. Here comes Gore trying to get the corner, and he is at the 26-yard line, tackled by Antonio Cromartie, the sophomore from Tallahassee.
Another Seminole with cramps out on the field.
You can see Jones trying to shake it off.
Yep.
The defensive coaches continuing to substitute liberally here. Second down and long. For Andrews' defense, a big defensive play here. If they can keep him in third and long. Brock Berlin's converted only 4 of 14 third downs. Second down, and Gore picks his way close to the 25-yard line, and so this will be about third and maybe 7 with Wembley making the stop. Shotgun look again from Berlin. 3-man
defensive line. Let's see if they get pressure with it.
Now a backer creeps, and he's coming. Picked up on the outside. Fires incomplete.
Now that one should have been caught. You can't throw it any better than that. Ryan Moore, a go-to count-on guy, has to make that catch. I gave him the benefit of the doubt on the first one, okay?
He should have had both of them.
But this one, the ball's thrown 40 yards in the air. Anybody, the tuba guy, could see that one.
So now Petty will attempt a field goal, 42 yards, in an effort to put Miami on the board. Matt Carter is the holder. He'll put it down. And no good. So Petty misfires again. And it is not going Miami's way here tonight. When they're playing Florida State and they start to miss field goals, you know it might not be the Canes' night.
Welcome back to ACC Throwback. I'm Jeff Fischel. Miami leads the all-time series against Florida State 31-26. The Noles' longest win streak in the series is 7 between 1963 and 1972. The Canes' longest streak was 6 between 2000 and 2004. September 10th, 2004 was actually their third meeting in 11 months. Miami won in October of 03, then won the 2004 Orange Bowl, aka Wide Right 4. And then there was our throwback game. Let's get back out there. Pick it up in the fourth quarter, the first time these schools would ever go to overtime. You're watching ACC Throwback on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
Chris Ricks with Booker off to his right-hand side and 4 wides against this Miami defense. Goes deep and intercepted. Picked off at the 15 by Greg Threet. The second interception Ricks has thrown here tonight.
I can tell you, if I was an offensive coordinator, I would be unhappy with a freshman or a sophomore making a throw like that. There's the safety in the middle of the field. You have to account for that guy when you throw it out in the middle. That's the first thing you learn as a quarterback when you throw the ball like that, especially with a 10-0 lead. You got the wind to your back and you have a chance for a field goal. A brutal play by Chris Ricks.
So that's the bad news as far as Florida State is concerned. The good news is that Miami will have to move almost 90 yards to score here. So Brock Berlin pump fake on first down. Gonna go deep, got a man wide open, got him. Sonoras Moss.
A hitch and go. They came down. There was a lot of squatting. Gerard Ross, number 11, a backup peeking inside. Moss runs a little dip inside, goes. Perfect throw from Brock Berlin. That's what you do to those squatting corners. You got to throw it deep every once in a while.
off to the left for Berlin. The Canes inside the 25-yard line, trailing it by 10. Berlin fires right side, out of bounds at the 3-yard line. He comes back to Greg Olsen. The transfer from Notre Dame, second catch of the night, and it's 1st and goal, Miami.
I was just going to say, if you're a Notre Dame fan, close your ears. This guy's a transfer from Notre Dame, and he is going to be a wonderful football player. What a specimen, great hands, and Berlin makes a perfect throw away from the defense.
Gore is the tailback. It'll be 2nd and goal for Miami. So Miami with its best scoring chance of the night, and you would think they've got to cash in on this opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. They need 7 here. You know, if it's 4th and long, you got to get the field goal, but with the feeling that you have after the turnover, the interception, a Sean Taylor-like interception. We were talking about it in the break. Brent was saying they need a Sean Taylor interception, and they get one, but now they got to stick it in the end zone. I look for this to be a pass play action pass play to the 2 tight ends.
Berlin in trouble, steps away from it, gonna run it. It is 3rd and goal as Kyler Hall, who stripped the ball loose, setting up the game's only touchdown, makes the stop, the touchdown-saving stop on the Miami quarterback, and now it is 3rd and goal.
Watch how much they hold Olsen on this play as he comes across. I don't know if we're going to get it. It was pit framing in the middle there. Oh, yeah, look at they're grabbing him. Forces Brock Berlin to run it, and then the quickness of that Florida State defense stops him again. Great defensive stand by Florida State.
Here's your 3rd and goal. Ortega is 15 in motion. Fires for him, and incomplete. It'll be 4th and goal now.
You almost have to go for it, don't you? The way your defense is playing, you got to try. Whoa, he's going to take the 3 points. I'd say the way that Miami defense is playing, I'd go for it.
Larry Coker wants on the board. Thinks he's going to get another chance with this much time left. Just to cut it down to 7 if he can. Petty. And Miami is on the board.
It's a big stand by Florida State.
Instead of going for it on 4th and 2, Miami elects to tighten the noose just a little bit. Put points on the board. Now down by only 7.
One stop and you win. You beat Miami in Miami. For 4 years you've been hearing about it from Miami, about how they got your number. And now you have a chance. You're on the field defense. One stop and you win a football game. Not just any football game, the football game.
Parrish and Moss, 2 of the wideouts here for Berlin. Ryan Moore taking most of the snaps. Parrish will be slotted to the right.
Mickey Andrews going with a 3-man front, but he has been blitzing these 2 guys to make it a 5-man rush. Let's see if he does it. He brings 5.
Stepping up, throwing deep, and well defended again by Cromartie.
They're playing very soft. You know, the quarterback told me when I got into the league, Brent, that the quarterback has pressure all the time when you're playing. But in the last minute and a half of a game, the defensive backs start to feel the pressure.
Cromartie's got to come out for a play.
Yep. And you wonder if Leroy Smith can play.
Watch the end of this play. Moore going up on him.
And it looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him. He landed right on his stomach. Remember, he's got the bad knee coming into the game. But it looks like Florida State's defenders are playing off wanting to give the short pass, not wanting to get beat deep. and Miami has continued to try to throw the ball deep here in this 2-minute offense.
Young man's played a whale of a football game.
Boy, they need him on the field. He's got to limp that off and get out there. Can you do that? Limp that off? That's what they used to say.
Well, let's see now how Brock and the Canes go after that now weakened defensive secondary. Remember at the top of the broadcast, we said that the Noles could go 4 and deeper. And Smith, who was shaken up himself, back on the field now, number 32. 1:15 left in regulation. Miami must have a touchdown here. Middle. Parrish. First down. Clock will stop at the 44-yard line. Still plenty of time.
It looks like there's a flag down there back by the quarterback. It must be against Florida State.
They're staying right up here where the reception was, so.
We have a personal foul.
Oh, wow.
Contact against the quarterback, number 55. Blow to the helmet. We'll add 15 yards to the end of the run.
Critical error. Eric Moore will watch Brock Berlin, the defensive end, coming from behind, no question. Got him up high.
Silly play.
No question.
Very clean play tonight, game tonight. Very clean played game tonight. But now, with 2 timeouts and 1:08 to go, this is going to be an eternity for Bobby Bowden.
The Noles safeties, 15 yards off the line.
3-man rush again.
Corners are back. It's a prevent look. Berlin steps up and comes in underneath it this time.
And he get a first down.
He uses Hill as his underneath man. .51 seconds remaining in regulation.
Look how much more comfortable Brock Berlin is in the shotgun than he is under center. He just feels the game better back there. I'm going to get a measurement here.
And for Miami, they'll take that. Anytime you get a measurement, that gives Brock Berlin a chance to go over and chat with the coaching staff on what they want done. With 51 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts still left for Miami. Should they be short of the first down, they got it. They give Berlin 4 wide, empty the backfield. Underneath again. Picks up blockers and goes for daylight. Touchdown, Miami. Center is Moss on a well-designed play. And underneath route picked up plenty of blocking help and has put Miami within 1.
It was the jailbreak screen. What a great call.
Petty on for the tying point. We are 30 seconds from overtime.
Here he is right here. Here's Moss. You can see the 3-man line. It's the jailbreak screen. Watch those linemen get downfield. And then Moss, once he catches it against the zone, just weaves in and out. Goes one way, reverses his field. No one's going to catch him to the end zone.
Let me take you back to the injury to Cromartie. Absolutely critical as they attack that corner.
Very easy pitch and catch. It was only second down. Brock gets it, weaves in, gets the big lineman out there, weaves back, goes through 3 defenders. Watch this, cut back through 3 of them, and then a sprint to the end zone. And Smith, Leroy Smith, can't run. Brent, you're right. He's out on the field, but he can't run anymore.
Ricks will open in the shotgun. Incomplete.
It's got to be holding. It's got to be holding up front.
I'll tell you the decision that looks brilliant right now.
He's going for the field goal.
Coker going for that field goal inside the 5-yard line and left them on a 7, which they were able to close out in that last-minute drive led by Brock Berlin. As far as the coaching decision of the night, and a tough one it was, on 4th down.
Number 72 in the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
I think it's Lunford. Right there, Lunford can't move very well. You see number 72, Ronnie Lunford, in the game because Bobby Meeks, the starter, is out. And he grabbed on a stunt from Miami and got a big penalty.
Sets the screen. Booker down at the 44-yard line, and Trell roll from nearby Homestead, doing it again.
This is going to be a disaster for Florida State if they don't put 3 points on the board. Another 8-yard loss. Try to go to the screen pass. Very difficult against this speed for Miami to do this. And how about Antrell Roll? Splits 2 offensive players and makes the play there. Think field goal now if you're Florida State. You must move the chains, move the ball a little bit.
There's a man wide open. Inside the 30-yard line is Thorpe, and he has been their leading receiver tonight. So Alfonso was wide open that time, Gary. I'd go back and tell him to get open.
There's the square in. Finally something across the middle that isn't a slant. Coming across. Beautiful throw from Chris Ricks. He had pressure in his face as he let this one go right in the teeth of the zone. That's what you have to do. Risk reward. You got to throw it over the middle to get those yards.
Bobbles a snap.
Oh, no.
Loose.
Not even going to get a try for a field goal now.
Thomas Carroll recovered the Ricks fumble, and now all Miami needs is a field goal to win this game.
Hit him on his left hip, wasn't very accurate. What defense do you think Miami played on against those slot that time, Brent? You think those 2 slot guys were coming? They were. That wasn't that bad of a snap. Caught him on his left hip, but should have been at least not a turnover on the play. Gore to the right, Gore to the left.
You've got to give Berlin a ton of credit for that last-minute touchdown drive to produce this overtime. Defense kept him in the game, and now Gore picks his way inside the 20-yard line.
Gore to the right, Gore to the left. Hold on to the ball. You might even try kicking it on 3rd down now. You're in just in case you bobble the snap.
The last Miami overtime game that I remember produced that loss to Ohio State for a national championship back in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. This time against an arch rival on an opening game.
You got to figure they're going to run to the left. Winston and the 2 tight ends are over here.
Here's Gore, daylight, sprinting, cutting. Miami wins it.
Wow.
Frank Gore
When the conference split into two divisions, the Canes and Noles were made cross-division rivals. Clearly the thinking was, guarantee they meet every year, but also hope that they might meet a second time in the ACC title game. Now that hasn't happened yet. Miami's never played in an ACC title game, but maybe this is the year. We'll see if the Canes can step up their game Saturday, taking on a Florida State team that has been dominant week after week. Thanks for watching ACC Throwback here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.